Hi everyone, welcome back to Get Ready with me, Louise. So today, I really didn't know what I was doing, y'all. So yesterday I played with the Artist Couture Mauves palette, Supreme Mauves. I don't know. Mm, I I would say I don't have much from this brand, and with what is on the market, I'd say skip that whole brand, but that's just my opinion. So today I decided I only have one other thing from this brand, and it's the Ethereal Bloom palette, in which it's a very pretty palette. Once again, very pretty. It really, really is. It's cute. I don't think it was much. I don't think you can still get it, at least not at Sephora, but I thought, let's give it a whirl, a try, and see what we can get out of it. See if, because I bought this one first and then I bought the mauves one. And I mean, this is not cheap. This one was not. But I thought, well, let's see what the formula's like and take it from there. So this first shade we're going to go into is Flourish. And honestly, the shades are quite pretty. They really, really are. And with the other one, I had no issues except for the darker shade. I couldn't get it to blend very well. It was really patchy, I guess. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It just didn't blend well. Keep in mind, I am not a makeup artist, okay? So take this with a grain of salt. I am just someone who likes makeup and, a beginner, basically. But I feel like, when you spend that kind of money on something, it shouldn't have to work just for makeup artists, It should work for anybody, in theory. Now, this one, these shadows, they're more pastel, I guess you could say, in a way. And they're lighter in pigment. So, honestly, with the mattes that I played with, I didn't have any problems with them. I won't lie there. And I didn't have any problems out of the other one, except for, like I said, the darker shade. And then there was one shade that was just so flaky that it just went everywhere. But with that said, the rest of the palette was fine with the mauve one. Now this one, the mattes performed fine, but again, it's just fine, These colors, again, you could probably find in a lot of palettes. Personally, the palette that I'm kind of thinking of, I believe, is Juvia's Place, a Juvia's Place palette for this particular shade here, because it's a beautiful shade, and I think I remember playing with a shade like this out of that palette, out of one of her palettes. And it's like, if you're going to go through with a purchase this expensive, because I can tell you now, this palette was probably more than one of Juvia's bigger palettes, you know what I mean? So you're going to get more for your money anyway, just out of that. But Glamlight, they've got a good pastel palette too. Like, there's just so many palettes out there anymore that just okay formulas just aren't going to cut it. And for a beginner, to me, it doesn't need, it has to be easy to work with too. So not only does it have to be, okay or great, it has to be easy to work with. And this formula isn't easy to work with. It can be done. It is a lot of blending, a lot of building, it's a lot of everything. I'm not going to lie. It really is. And I don't get it, because it's a makeup artist brand. And I mean, come on. We have a lot of makeup artists out here. We have Lunar Beauty, Manny MUA, Laura Lee Los Angeles, Laura Lee, Makeup by Mario, Danessa Myricks, is that it? I believe so. Lisa Eldridge, I mean, Marc Jacobs, Kevin Aquan, Tom Ford, Charlotte Tilbury. I mean, there's just tons upon tons upon tons, Scott Barnes, like, I can continue on. Don't see a point. Just don't see a point. I just figured, more for what this is. And it's not that they're not pretty, the color stories, because color stories are beautiful. It's just working with them as a beginner, it's not the brand to go for. And that may be because it isn't, maybe necessarily for beginners. That could be. In which case, in one hand, it makes sense. But on the other hand, it's just like, well, does it make sense though? Like, because it's not like a makeup artist line. I mean, it's a makeup artist line as in the person that created it's a makeup artist, but it's not like specially like for makeup artists. It's sold in stores, But even that, you got Viseart, who is a makeup artist brand, and I love their formula. You have Natasha Denona, who, oh yeah, Natasha Denona, Pat McGrath. I mean, come on, I think I was just trying to stick around the price point here, which they and Tom Ford, they're in a different price point, I think, but I mean, it's not bad at all. It's just, I don't know. We're going to go in with this shade Petal. And again, I do think you can create beautiful looks out of this, because I have used this palette a couple of times prior to me having like palettes that had these colors. Or a lot of these colors anyway. Like, I've always had my Glam Light one, well, since it released, but the cake and the ice cream one. But I thought this one was cute because it was just small, and it's cute, and it's you could travel with it, and in the summer create really pretty summery looks. But and like the buildup of it, that don't bother me building it up, because like I expect that they're pastels, you gotta 9 out of 10 build that up. That's not a problem. It's the fact that the blending of them, I think, is my problem. I shouldn't work that hard at blending. We're gonna go into Goddess, this one right here. And I loaded it, and we're going to put it on this outer corner here and blend. I'm using a Sigma brush. Yeah, I was like, Emma, yeah, I am. It's one of their collections, but it's a brush that's in there. That you can purchase. It's just the travel. It's a E25. I don't know. I just feel like that this particular brand just doesn't catch my fancy in the way that others do, based on the performance. Like, based on the color story, it would be right up my alley, but performance-wise, no. But again, I'm not saying they're awful, because they're not. Because at the end of the day, I do like the looks that I did create, but it took a lot of work to get there. I thought that just gave me fallout, and I was going to say, no, we're not going to do this now, not with a matte. And like I said, I think that, and this is the darkest matte in there, and it is actually applying better than that darker matte, but it's not as dark as that one matte, so I really can't compare them. But I feel like this is the same kind of formula as what's in that palette. But it has me kind of like, huh? because not a lot of people did like the Moss palette, the Supreme Moss, but they like the Supreme Nudes, I think. Now, I didn't buy that one because, as well, we all have enough nude palettes, but I just never bought it. It wasn't a brand that I was interested in to begin with, so I just, figured one time, when something really catches my eye, I'll get it. And the Mauve palette did. I love that color story. That's right up my alley, Just like this one's right up my alley with the pinks and the peachy color, the peachy pink color and all that, the purple, the contour color even. Now these two, maybe not, but they're light enough to where I could incorporate it into a look. But even with that said, it's not something that I'm like glad I have, to be honest. And I would say that I'm learning what I like and don't like, and that's everybody. Everybody has to learn what they like and don't like with makeup, but this is one, I think this is a brand that is just a skip for me. And I find it funny because Melt is another brand that, now everybody does like that brand for the most part. It is hit or miss from what I gather. But for me, it's never been a miss due to formula. It's been a miss due to color story. Because Melt's just so dark and grungy and vampy and all that. And that's just not the type of looks I do usually. Like, I don't feel comfortable in that. But it surprised me on this last palette they came up with because I really like it. And it threw me because I wasn't expecting it. I really wasn't. And I do, though. Now, as far as formula goes, I think all the palettes that I have, I really do like. It's just they go too dark. I kind of always have to bring something lighter in, which isn't a problem. I don't mind to do that. But at the same time, Melt's formula is not my, all-time favorite formula either, so, But it is good. It's better than this. Now that is a fact. So, but everybody has their own preferences, and I know that. But just letting you know, I don't necessarily think this is for beginners. And again, like I said, that's okay. It does not have to be. Not everything has to be made for beginners. Okay, good enough. And really, so far, I'm not minding what is going on the eye. It's not until this point here, we're going to go in with Glorious, that I even had a little bit of problems. And the only problem I really have is the fact that there is fallout. And honestly, with the other metallic shades from the palette, I didn't get fallout. Except for the one, but it was chunkier. It was a different kind of metallic. So they may have actually improved the metallic formula from this palette to that one. But not enough for me to, want to buy more. I obviously would use these palettes since I already have them. And I obviously do, I say that I love the looks that they do create. But it's just not a palette that I feel like I needed either. I definitely could have skipped and saved money. Because, overall, this is a pretty look. It's not like it's horrible, because it's not. But it's just not something I'm that thrilled on either. There's definitely better pastel palettes out there. Okay. Then I'm going to use the highlighter that I used for my face, for my inner corner. It's the Pat McGrath one. In Sublime Skin Incandescent Gold 002. It's the one from the Bridgerton collection. I'm just going to pop it in my inner corner. Like so. And be done. Okay. And then for top lashes, I'm going to use the Tower 28 mascara. It's a pretty quick look, really. I thought about pulling out my Pat McGrath colored mascara, but I didn't. I need to now that spring's here. I need to figure out ways to incorporate them. Ow. I don't mind this mascara. I don't know if it's my favorite though, but it's not bad. And I didn't curl my lashes like I did. I didn't curl them yesterday. And I will say this is trying to get them to curl. Whether it's meant to do that or not, I don't know. But it does kind of push them up in a way that does kind of make them curl, to be honest with you. And I kind of like that about it. I'm not mad about it, that's for sure. But we'll see. And then for the bottom lashes, of course, I'm using my Lancome Def and Seals. I think I'm going to have to do it, y'all. I'm going to have to buy an air conditioner for this room that's quiet. Because I've only had it off since I sat down to film this video for y'all. And I'm about to sweat. And it ain't even that hot here yet. So I don't think I'm going to make it through summer filming if I don't. For waterline, I used Crybaby from ColourPop. Yeah. And then that's it, y'all. That's the final look. It's an alright palette. It's not something that I would rush out and buy. And the brand's not something that I'm willing to throw any more money at, to be honest. And there's just too much on the market, you know? There's no point in me taking chances when I don't have to. I'm just brushing these out. And then for lipstick, I'm actually wearing Kylie Cosmetics lip liner and velvet lipstick kit in Jordy. I found it way back in the back of my stuff, and it still smells good, so, and it still works good. I wore it the other day and really liked it. I thought it would, I feel like this is a good spring color, summer color. So I decided to put that on again. And that's it. That's it. Oh, I am wearing the Pat McGrath bronzer and blush again. The bronzer in Bronze Dawn. But today I decided to pull out the Flirtatious blush. Maybe I do like, I might agree. Maybe Flirtatious is better than Nymphet. I was thinking I like Nymphet better. But maybe I do like Flirtatious better than Nymphet. But if I did, then Nymphet would be number 2. But if I like Nymphet better, then Flirtatious would be number 2. So those are definitely my top 2 colors from Pat McGrath, to be honest. But at the same time, all of her colors are really pretty. Just be very careful because they are pigmented. So the brighter you go, like, I don't know, Electric Bloom, be careful. Be very, very careful. Because they are very, very bright. Very bright, but very, very pretty. And I like the formula. I really do. Personally. I like the bronzer. No, I don't. They're about the same. I was going to say, I think I like the bronzer formula better than the blush formula, but no, I don't. They're both the same. Alright, that's it. This is the final look. All done. So what do you think? What do you think about this brand? I'm generally curious. Have y'all purchased anything from this brand? If you did, what was it? And did you like it? Was it easy to work with? Like, maybe you like it, but you're really, really good at makeup, unlike myself. So, you know, in which case I could understand. But if you are a beginner, even if you're experienced with makeup, like, I'm generally curious because, like, if you're really experienced with makeup and you got it to work, then maybe I should hold on to these palettes and wait until I get a little more experience with makeup, and then maybe I'd be able to play with them better. Or if you are experienced and you can't do it, then it's sort of like, if you can't, then most likely I won't be able to. Oh, well, I can almost guarantee it. That I won't be able to, so maybe it's just best to let them go. But at the same time, I'd hate to pass them off on somebody else. I could always pass them off to kids. But, you know, like, there's just no purpose in me keeping them. I have these color stories over through different brands that I like, so why not? You know, let even the kids play with them, even though they're expensive. If I'm not going to use them, at least somebody, you know, the kids are getting use out of them. But let me know. Or should I hold on to them, get a little more experience under my belt doing makeup, and then go back to it? Let me know. But that's all I have for you today. Again, this is the final look using the Ethereal Bloom palette by Artist Couture. I like the look. Like, I won't deny that. I like the look. I love the color story. It's just the formula. I don't get it. Help me get it. I don't get it. Help me get it. Help me understand this formula. But that's all I have for you today. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, hit all that we're notified when I upload. Upload every day by Sunday. And I'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay safe and stay healthy. Bye.